Hey everyone, and welcome to the Alba Method. So today's session, we're going to be focusing on increasing strength and flexibility in the legs, mainly the inner thighs, outer thighs, glutes, and hips. I'll be taking you through a series of postures that are going to help to increase your flexibility, your range of motion, and we're also going to be really focusing on connecting our movement and linking each transition with fluidity and a little bit of grace. Remember, if you enjoy this session, please like, comment, and share with your friends. Please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of my latest videos. And now introducing YouTube memberships. For just $14.99 a month, you can continue to support me in creating content. You'll get exclusive members-only content. You'll get early access to all my latest videos, group chats, workshops, live streaming, and much, much more. Hit that join button if you'd like to continue to support me. Thank you so much. I will be utilizing a block for today's session, offering up some variations with a block. So if you'd like to use one in today's class, go ahead and grab that. Grab your mat, and when you're ready, I'll meet you there. All right, we're going to start on our back. Go ahead and grab that block if you're going to be using it for today. And start by coming onto your back and just set that block next to you to where you can access it easily without having to move too much. And just bring your arms down by your side or gently rest them on your belly. Allow your feet to just relax on the mat and just take a moment to drop into some presence, drop into this space, and drop into your body. Take a breath. And just give your weight to the mat. Let the shoulders relax, let the jaw relax, any tension in the face, the neck, the shoulders. And just take a moment to breathe. Just noticing the space around you, noticing the space within you, noticing how your body feels, and noticing your breath. When you're ready, gently open the eyes and start to shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your arms down by your sides and start to press through the backs of the arms and the back of the head. Just create some awareness in your body, some activity through the fingertips, the backs of the arms, and down into the feet where you're wiggling the toes, and start to feel the tripod of your feet, the big toe mound, the outer edge, and the center of each heel. Feel some activation traveling up into the knees and the legs. Start to close the gap between your low back and the mat, feeling the glutes slightly engage and the hips lift ever so slightly off the mat. Start to activate your glutes and continue to press through the back of your head as you lift your hip bones in line with your knees, coming into this bridge shape. Adjust your feet as needed, not too far away from you, not too close. We want to ground down and really stand on our feet to lift those hips. Continue to press through the back of the head and the backs of the shoulders. Take an inhale. And slowly, gently release the hips. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Squeezing the glutes at the top. And exhale, slowly lower. Just slowly warming the body, preparing for the flow. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, lower the hips. Pause. Good. Go ahead and grab your block. Place that block between your thighs. And from here, just continue to root down through the feet. You want it pretty high up between the thighs. And again, just bring the arms down. Reset. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, once again, close that gap between your low back and the mat. The hip bones lift up ever so slightly, the back of the hip bones. And then we're going to squeeze that block as we lift the hips once again, coming into bridge. So we feel those inner thighs engage. Those adductors, think adding together. We want to continue squeezing that block, continue to lift the hips, getting the glutes involved, and then pressing through the shoulders. The entire backside of the body gets strong. Take an inhale. And slowly release. Good. Keeping that block where it is. Squeeze it 2 more times. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, release. Starting to strengthen those deep pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, lift the hips. Finding stability through our foundation. The feet, the back of the head, the legs, and then slowly release. Feeling that engagement. Let's do 1 more time. We're going to hold at the top. Just pause. Continue to squeeze that block. Continue to stand on your feet. Take an inhale. And slowly release. Beautiful work. Go ahead and grab that block and set it to the side for now. Start by pulling your right knee in towards your chest. Just take an ankle circle in one direction and then the other. So now we're going to start to activate those hip flexors. So we're going to ground down through this left foot. You're going to extend that right heel, hover to about 2 inches above the mat. Feel that core engage. Keep the toes pointing to the sky, and you're just going to pulse that leg up and down. Again, we want to engage the leg, so feel that quadricep get strong. You might feel some tension in that hip. We're just warming up this hip flexor. Keep pressing through that heel. Keep the entire leg strong. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to keep that heel hovering, and now I want you to spin the toes out as much as you can. And if you're lacking a bit of rotation, that's okay. Nothing forced, nothing strained, but we want to spin those toes out. And now from the center of that heel, from the inner heel, we want to do that same thing. So now we're getting into a different part of that hip, getting into the glute. We want to pulse that leg up and down right through that inner heel. Keep standing on this left foot to create stability. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that might feel a little weird in your hip. Be patient if you feel any pinching. You might want to stop that movement and shake it out. Pulling that knee back into your chest, just interlace the hands behind the back of the thigh and extend that heel. Point and flex your foot a few times. Notice what happens with the leg when you point and flex the foot. Feeling that leg stay engaged, taking a gentle hamstring stretch here. And then we'll just gently switch sides. So release that right foot to the ground, pulling that left knee into your chest. Just pause, taking some ankle circles in one direction. And then the other. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And pulling that knee in, pausing here. And now we're going to do that same thing. So extending that heel so it hovers 2 inches above the mat. Keep the toes pointing to the sky. We feel that leg stay engaged. Start to pulse those toes towards the sky. It's just a slow, steady movement, keeping the leg engaged. We're not going too high. Just a nice slow activation. Good. Final 4. Keeping that leg engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Now we spin those toes out, keeping that heel hovering from the inner heel all the way up into that inner thigh. We want to rotate that hip as much as we can and pulse the leg again, moving through that inner thigh all the way up into that inner groin. Good. And again, it might feel weird. My left side's always a little tighter. But just sending my breath to tension. Again, any sharp shooting pain, you'll need to back off. But notice the sensations. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pulling that knee back into the chest. Just pause here. And then extend that heel to the sky. Once again, point and flex the foot. Notice what happens to the leg when you do that. Noticing any sensations, just waking up the body nice and gentle. Good. Go ahead and bend that knee when you're ready. And we'll pull both knees into our chest. Gently just rock side to side. Good. And then start to bring your knees together. Start to pull your forehead in towards your knees. And then from here, we're going to come into this low boat shape. So you're going to extend your fingertips forward, extend the legs, trying to hover those heels, feel that core activate, keeping the gaze up so as not to close off the throat, and then just gently pull those knees in. Not a huge movement. So extending, and again, the legs can be high. We're working to get the feet down, but we don't want to compromise and hyperextend through the back in order to get the feet lower. So go where you can go until you feel that engagement without it being forced or strained. And just feel that core body start to shake. Good. Last 4. Notice any sensations in the hips. Last 3. Keeping those heels squeezing together, getting the legs involved. Last 2. And last 1. We're going to hold it. We're going to pulse those arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Release the head. Just rock side to side. Take a breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and rock yourself up to a seat. And let's come into a tabletop position. Feeling that warmth and that prep work. So go ahead and bring the hands underneath the shoulders and just take a moment to set up the shape as always, pulling the belly in, finding a nice neutral spine. Good. From here, come into a few cat and cow, surrounding through the spine as you push the ground away. And rather than dropping the belly, simply stretch the belly as you pull the shoulder blades onto the back, just being super aware of what's happening in the body. Just exploring this movement. Good. Beautiful. Coming back to a nice neutral position. Pause. Good. So start to point those left toes back. Take your right arm forward. Coming into a spinal balance. But we're going to point the toes and we're going to spin the palm down. And we're going to alternate right to left. Pointing those right toes back. Left arm reaches forward. Palm is down. We're going to move side to side, creating some heat. Moving with intention and awareness. So not too fast and not too slow. Just noticing what's happening. Good. Coming into this balanced dog. Good. And when you come back over with that right arm extended and the left leg back, pause. Good. Continue to press into that left hand. Continue to reach through the right fingertips. And then just release that right hand. Start to take that left foot so that the heel is in line with your left hip. Just pause here. Start to shift your hips back and forth. Just gently rocking those hips back. Remember, pressing through the outer edge of that back foot, or that left foot. Pausing where you need to pause. And then coming back to center. Pick up that left foot, bringing it back in line with that left hip. Release the ball of the foot to the mat and just press through that heel. Good. Now, from here, shifting back into those fingertips, start to really ground down through that left foot. Start to pull your right knee into your chest. So lifting off the mat, coming into this plank variation, pulling that right knee in, and then extend into a three-legged down dog. Right leg reaches high. Just pause. Pointing through the toes as you press down and forward into the palms. Allow the neck and head to relax. And then gently release to your downward facing dog, our first one. So make those little adjustments. Just take a moment to stretch out. Notice the difference between the right and the left side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale. Go ahead and lift the heels, stretching through the arches. Bend the knees. Gently come back to your tabletop position, making those adjustments once again. From here, we'll take that right leg back and the left arm forward. Spinal balance. Pause. Good. Pointing through the toes, reaching through that left hand, and then bringing that left hand down. Take that foot out in line with that right hip, and then start to shift back and forth. One side's always going to feel different, so just pressing through the outer edge of that right foot, activating that leg, getting a nice gentle stretch to that inner thigh and that groin. Good. And when you feel balanced, go ahead and come back to center, picking up that right foot, using your core, bringing it back in line with the right hip. And then release the ball of the foot to the mat. Press through the heel, give that calf a stretch. And then shifting the weight back into the hands. Start to get strong. Start to press through the hands and that right foot to pull the left knee into the chest. Leaning into those hands, pushing the ground away, and then extend that left leg up to the sky. Pause, pointing the toes. Getting strong through the entire body. Reach the toes to the sky and then gently release to your downward facing dog. Take an inhale and let it go. Beautiful work. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Coming back to that tabletop position. Good. From here, coming back into that spinal balance. So taking the left leg back and the right arm forward. Good. Adding on here, just release that right hand, release the left foot. Pull that right knee back into the chest, feeling that core activation. And now we're going to spin to that left heel and extend the outer edge of that right foot. Pause. Keep pushing into that right hand as you start to come into this revolved shape, reaching the left fingertips to the sky, taking your gaze up or down. And then we control that release. So taking that left hand down, start to move the hips back up to the sky as you extend that right leg up. From here, start to step through to a lunge, placing that foot between your hands. Pause. So you can grab your block here if you need it. We're just going to bring it to the inner edge so our left hand can stand on that block. And it can be on the thin side, flat side, wherever you are. It can be all the way up. But setting up the lunge first and just pausing here. That right foot steady under that right knee. And then we're gently just going to bring that back knee down as you extend through the right arm. Find a twist. Push into that bottom hand. And then rather than reaching back, just reach right up. Continue to stand heavy in that front foot. And then that right hand is going to come down. We're going to pick up that back knee. Start to walk those left toes in ever so slightly as you extend through that right leg. And again, spin your block so that you bring the floor to you and that you're not straining. So that back heel is up. We're going to stay on the ball of that foot. I want you to press down and forward into that right foot. And remember, when we were on our back and we pointed our toes in order to engage our quad, I want you to do that. So point your toes down towards the ground. And then find a little lift through the chest, finding almost a halfway lift here. And then find a stretch as you exhale. Just let that left heel be light. Good. We're going to release that. So bending both knees. Release the left knee to the mat as you reach your right arm up. Twist. The right hand comes down. As you pick up the back knee, straighten both legs, finding that pyramid variation. Let's do that one more time. Bending both knees, moving with fluidity. Inhale, reach up, find that twist. Exhale, right hand comes down, keeping your hand on that block. Find that pyramid shape. Pause. So good. Good. Bending that right knee, coming back into your lunge. Placing that block to the side, go ahead and come up to a high lunge where hands are on the hips here. So adding on, start to straighten your right leg. Again, pressing down and forward into that right foot so we find stability. And if you wobble or shake, that's okay. We're going to bend that knee and straighten the leg. Now we're going to add on bending both knees, hovering that left knee above the mat, and then extending both legs. And you can keep your hands on your hips, or you can extend the arms up wherever you are. Good. Getting into that right leg. Let's do 2 more. Nice and controlled. Good. Last one. Extending up. Now pause here. Adjust the feet as needed, keeping that left leg nice and strong. Right leg strong. Arms come up overhead. We're going to shift. We're going to hinge from those hips over that front leg, reaching past our mat. And then inhale, come back to center. Good. Let's do that again. Belly in. Stay strong. Gaze goes with you. Coming back to center. Good. 2 more. That right leg should be on fire. I know mine is. Good. Coming back to center. Pause. And 1 more time. Again, if you wobble or shake, that's okay. Coming back to center. Good. Bending that right knee. Go ahead and release the hands to the mat. Coming into 3-legged dog. Inhale. Let that go. Here you can just bend the knee and get heavy through that hip. Let that feel good. Good. Release that right foot. And pause. Take an inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, coming back to tabletop position. Make those little adjustments. And we switch sides, taking the right leg back and the left arm forward. Pause here. Push down through that right hand. Just release the left hand and release the ball of the right foot. Now start to get strong, pulling that left knee into the chest. Pausing here in this plank variation, and then extend that left foot as you rotate to that right heel. Reaching up with that right hand. Stay strong in that left arm. And then the gaze goes with you as you look down. Start to extend those left toes to the sky. Inhale. Bend the knee. Step through the lunge as you exhale. And just pause. Grab your block if you need it. And we set up this shape once again. Bringing that back knee down. And as you extend that left arm, take the gaze with you, finding this gentle twist. Staying heavy in that front foot. And then that left hand comes down. As you pick up that back knee, start to press down and forward into that left foot, keeping your back heel up. We're in this pyramid prep. Notice the difference. And then here, as you continue to press through the top edge of that foot, I want you to think about shifting back into that left hip ever so slightly. So as we press down and forward into that foot, we want to counter that by gently pulling back through that left hip. Good, bending both knees, coming back into that twist. Good, rotate that arm down to pick up your back knee, coming back into that pyramid prep. Good, moving slowly, bending both knees. Inhale, reach up through that twist. Exhale, finding that pyramid prep, pause. Good. Good, from here, bending both knees, coming back into that lunge. Back leg is going to stay strong here. And then go ahead and set that block to the side and come on up to a high lunge. Lunging into that left foot, notice the difference. Adjust as needed. And then we start to extend those left toes, so finding our balance. And again, we want to think about drawing the right hip forward as the left hip wants to pull back a little bit. Nothing forced, and then bend the knees. Good, keeping the hands on the hips, keep that back leg strong, keeping your eyes on something still. Good, now we'll start to bend both knees, hovering that right knee, and then extending through both legs. Good, hover that right knee, extend through both legs. You can add the arms up if you'd like. Extending up, good, let's do 2 more. And then finding the extension through those legs, make those adjustments, find your balance, and then start to bow over that front foot, reaching those arms past the mat, and inhale, coming back to center. Again, one side's always going to be trickier. Keep your balance, keep your focus, moving with intention. 2 more. Good, beautiful. One last time. And inhale, reach up, pause. Good, bending both knees, bring those hands down to the mat. Push the ground away as you reach that left leg high, and then bend the knee, let that hip open. Good, as you release to downward facing dog, just pause. Take a breath in, and let it go. Good, from here, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, coming back to tabletop, adjusting the hands as needed. And then we come back to spinal balance. Taking the left leg back and the right arm forward, pause. Pushing through that left hand. Good, release the ball of the foot, release that right hand, pulling that right knee into your chest. Rolling to the left heel, extending the outer edge of that foot as you reach up for this toppling triangle shape. And then rotate the gaze, rotate that hand, right leg to the sky. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, step through to your lunge. Good, bringing that back knee down. Find that twist with or without your block, wherever you are. And then bringing that right hand down, picking up both knees. Find that pyramid prep, pause. Good, bending both knees. Find that twist once again. And then that right hand rotates down as you pick up both knees. Find that pyramid prep. From here, start to lift those right toes. Really engaging through that right quad, and then put those toes back down to the mat. Good, bending that right knee. Go ahead and come on up to that high lunge. And then hands are going to come to the hips as you straighten that right leg. Good, inhale, come back to that lunge. Back leg is going to stay strong. And then you're going to straighten that right leg as you start to bow over the front leg. Start to bring your hands down once again. From here, keep leaning into that left hand or your block and start to reach the right arm up. So this is not a huge twist. This revolved twist we want to find, but we want to keep the hips as stable as possible. Breathing into that right rib cage. Just explore it for a moment. Keep pressing down and forward into that right hand or right foot. And then bend the right knee, coming back into that lunge. Good, straighten the right leg. Find that rotation one more time. Just check in. And then we're going to bend that right knee. Good, from here you're going to move that left block forward. If you've got it, you're going to shift into a standing split. So shifting into that right foot. Take the left toes as much as you can in line with the hip. Make sure both legs are nice and active. And now find that halfway lift with your upper body. Take the right hand to your right hip. And then you can start to explore it. You can take that right hand out to the side or start to rotate up with that right hand. Pause. The left toes stay strong. Standing anchored on that right foot, bring the right hand down, and now we just reverse that. Opening up into a half moon shape, using your block or not. Keep pressing down into that right foot. Extending through those back toes, extending through the crown of the head, and then we slowly rotate back down into that standing split shape. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Find a forward fold here. Both feet on the ground. Never felt so good. Good. Inhale. Come on up to a standing position. Reaching those arms overhead. Finding Tadasana. And exhale. Just bring the arms down by your side. Take an inhale. And let it go. Letting the shoulders relax. Good. Inhale. Reach those arms up. Pull your left knee into your chest. Find your balance. Extend the toes and just cross that left foot over the right, standing strong on both legs. Squeeze the thighs together. And again, that block is there for you. Or just let the head be heavy and reach your fingertips towards the ground. Squeeze the thighs. Keep the weight equal in both feet as much as you can as you let the head be nice and heavy here. Just let it go. And then get strong. Once again, take a halfway lift. Let that bring you up. Uncross the feet, pause, and then inhale. Reach those arms up, finding Tadasana pose. Exhale, bowing over those legs, forward fold. Placing that block out of the way or keeping it close by. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift. And plant your palms. Step back to our first plank position. And just pause here, lifting through the back of the head, coming halfway down if you'd like, taking your vinyasa. Inhale, lifting up for upward facing dog. And exhale, coming back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, notice the difference. And let it go. Good, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, coming back to tabletop. Switching sides, taking that right leg back and the left arm forward. Good. Release just the left hand and the ball of the right foot. Start to pull that left knee into your chest. Get strong. And then extending the outer edge, coming into that toppling triangle shape. Control the release. Rotate the hands down as you extend those left toes to the sky. And then step through to your lunge. Pause. Good. Bringing the back knee down. Find that twist. Inhale. Exhale. That left hand comes down as you find that pyramid prep. Let's do it again, bending both knees, finding that twist. Left hand comes down as you extend both legs, and then start to lift those left toes off the ground. Feeling a little difference in that stretch, and then placing those toes back on the ground. Bending that left knee, back leg stays strong, hands come to the hips. Good. Straighten that left leg. And bend the knee. Good. Inhale, arms come up. And we're going to bow over that front leg, bringing the hands all the way back down or to the block. And then we're going to start to rotate. So bringing that left hand right to your hip, out to the side, or you can rotate all the way up. We want to remember the hips, trying to stay stable as we can. And then bring that left hand down, lunging into that left knee, shifting into that left foot, coming into standing splits. Good. So once again, grabbing your block, using that to take that left hand to your left hip once again, out to the side, or find that rotation. Those back toes point back. And again, it's not a huge rotation, and one side's always going to feel a little bit tighter. So you can always just take that hand out to the side, keeping your gaze down. Good. We're going to rotate, taking the left hand down, and start to open up for half moon. Go where you can. This takes a little bit of practice and control, and some conditioning, obviously. Good. Start to rotate back down, standing strong. Bring that right foot to meet your left. Pause. Good. Coming all the way up, standing, hands overhead. And exhale, just bring your arms down by their sides. Good. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, pulling that right knee into your chest and then just crossing it over the left. Hands will come to the hips to encourage them back as you fold over the legs. Once again, squeeze the thighs, let the head be heavy. Good. Slowly, when you're ready, finding that halfway lift, just uncross the feet. Inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale, folding over the legs. You can place that block out of your way, finding your forward fold. Just pause here. Let the head be heavy. You can shake it no, nod it yes. And then inhale, take a halfway lift. Step back, and if you'd like, take your vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Wherever you are, controlling that movement, sticking with the breath, checking in with the body. Take a breath in and let it go. Good. We move together one last time, bending both knees. Good. Hands underneath you, extending through the left leg and the right arm, spinal balance. Good. Release the foot, release the hand, pull that right knee in. Good. Extending into that toppling triangle, reach up. Everything moves together. Release that left hand, right leg to the sky. Good. Stepping through to lunge. Pause. Bring the back knee down as you find that twist. And then rotate that right hand down as you find that pyramid prep. Just one this time. Good. Find a halfway lift. Maybe take that right arm up. Find that revolved shape once again. And then bending that knee as the right hand comes down. That takes us into our standing split. Pause. Good. Setting it up. Find the halfway lift. And maybe we revolve once again. And then rotate into that half moon. Taking it slow. Just practicing. Seeing where you are. No big deal. Good. Rotating back down. Release that left foot to meet the right. Inhale. Coming all the way up. And exhale. Bringing those arms down. Good. Inhale. Reach up. Pulling that left knee into the chest. Good. Extend the toes, crossing over that right foot. Bow over those legs. Stretch. Let it go. Standing strong on both feet. Slowly come up. Uncross those feet. Inhale. Reach the arms up. And we fold over the legs as you exhale, taking a halfway lift, finding that rhythm. Plant those palms. Step back. Take your vinyasa. Wherever you are. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, pulling back. So good. Inhale, lift the heels, bending the knees. Extending that right leg back, left arm forward. Good. Release the left hand, release the foot. Pull the left knee into the chest. Pause. Take it into that toppling triangle. Build it piece by piece. Take the gaze with you as you rotate left toes to the sky. Inhale. Step through to your lunge as you exhale. Back knee comes down as you inhale, find that twist. Exhale, release that left hand, straightening both legs, coming into that pyramid prep. And then set it up. Find that halfway lift as you rotate. Maybe all the way, maybe just halfway. Wherever you are, breathe. And then that left knee bends as you bring the left hand down, shifting into that standing split once again. Here we can start to create that revolved half moon once again. And then wherever you are, start to rotate, transitioning as smoothly as possible. Remember, it's just a practice. And then when you're ready, coming back through, bring that right foot to meet the left. Hands come all the way up overhead. And then release those hands down by your side. Good, big inhale, arms reach up. Pulling that right knee into your chest. Extending those toes over the left foot. Squeeze the thighs as you fold. Let the head be nice and heavy. Keep the low back nice and wide. Shoulders relax. And then rolling all the way back up. We finish strong. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold. Take that halfway lift. And take that vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. And pull back as you exhale. Check in. Find that soft gaze. Close the eyes. Just notice the difference. Notice that energy. Notice that heat. And then slowly coming back down to your tabletop position. Sitting your hips to your heels. And just rolling out those shoulders. Just pause. Notice the difference. Check in. Notice the space. So from here, we're just going to shift our hips to one side. And I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to take a nice wide straddle here. And you can grab your block if you need it. You can sit on your block or you can use it in order to gauge with your hands and gauge how far forward we're going to fold. And we don't, again, want to strain anything. We want to keep the legs engaged. So kind of take some ankle circles here. And the legs may not be as wide as mine are, but again, this takes practice. It takes time and it takes conditioning. So we're just going to start wherever you are until you feel a nice stretch. And we're just going to pause and breathe. Notice if we've created any space. If you've got that block, you can take that block to one side. Keeping the hand on the block, you're just going to use that to support you as you reach up and over to that opposite side. And we want to make sure the toes continue to spin out ever so slightly. So we feel that stretch all the way into that right side. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to center. We'll switch sides, taking that block to the opposite side, wherever you are, and then reach up and over with that opposite arm. Staying heavy through the hips, heavy through the glutes, finding that side body stretch. And then when you feel balance, coming back to center, taking an inhale. And exhale, you're just going to fold forward wherever you are. And just pause here, breathe. It always helps to sit on a block or a blanket here as well. But again, nothing forced. Listen to your body. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that. We're going to make our way finally onto our back. Pulling your knees into your chest, just coming full circle to where we began. Allow yourself to just be heavy, releasing your feet. Good, and just take that right ankle onto your left knee, coming into a figure four. Staying heavy through the hips. Just breathe. Letting everything absorb, letting everything settle. Good, gently release that right leg to the mat as you pull the left knee in towards your chest. And then gently guide that left knee over to the right as you twist. Cactusing or goalposting that left arm or going wherever is comfortable for you. Just noticing the differences, staying present with the body, with the breath. And as you're ready, gently coming back to center and just switch sides, taking that left ankle on top of the right knee and coming into figure four. Keeping the feet slightly flexed, just breathe, staying present. And when you feel balanced, go ahead and release that left leg, pulling the right knee in and then gently guiding that right knee across the body. Cactus or goalpost that right arm. Once again, just noticing the difference. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Pulling both knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins, curling into this little ball, just giving the spine some love. Really expanding through your back body, sealing in your movement, in your practice, and then just finding just a moment of stillness. So extending the arms and the legs. Just allow yourself to be completely heavy for just a moment. Allow yourself to relax. Release any leftover tension behind the ears, between the brow and the jaw, or the neck and shoulders, all the way down into the fingertips, into the hips, knees, and toes. So you just breathe. Again, allowing this energy to absorb. It is yours to keep. Let it travel with you off the mat into the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. Point your toes as you're ready, reaching those arms up overhead. Big inhale. And pulling those knees back into your chest, gently rocking side to side, taking your time. And when you're ready, making your way back up to our final seat. Just to seal in our practice, bringing your hands together in front of your heart, gently bow your chin to your chest. As always, honoring ourselves first and foremost for taking the time, for carving out the space, for showing up. Give yourself that grace. And then bringing the thumbs to the forehead. Here we find gratitude for this practice and for whatever it is we are grateful for today. And with that gratitude, we bow. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you for the next one. Ciao. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to remind all of you that if you want to continue to support me, please like, comment, and share these videos with your friends. Please encourage them to subscribe to the channel. And now you can join my YouTube membership plan for just $14.99 a month. You're going to get longer classes, exclusive members-only content. You're going to get live streaming, small group chats. You're going to get early access to all my new videos and much more. Hit that join button, and thank you so much for your constant support. We'll see you on the mat soon.